What's going on, fam? It's your boy KP, and we back with another live stream. It's gonna be a questions and answers live stream, like always. So I'll wait a little bit till some people get up in the chat room, and then we'll get this thing popped off. I think first I'm gonna play. There was a subscriber on my channel that made a comment on a video recently, and I had went to her page and listened to a song, and I had listened to it before. Like, she's been making comments for a while now, but I recently went back and listened to it, and little does she know um, that a song she recorded 3 years ago, that a person would be sitting in Lima, Peru, on a bench on a busy street listening to her song, and I started receiving multiple downloads. One of the messages that I recently did is because uh, when I heard that song, I was in the spirit, and the Most High started talking to me. I started receiving downloads. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play that song. Hopefully this works.
Are you hurting and broken within, overwhelmed by the weight of your sin? Jesus is calling. Have you come to the ends of yourself? Do you thirst for a drink from the well? Jesus is calling. Oh, come to the altar. Father's arms are open wide. Forgiveness was found with precious blood of Jesus Christ. He behind your regrets and mistakes. On a day there's no reason to wait. Jesus is calling. Oh, come to the altar. Father's arms are open wide. Forgiveness was found with precious blood of Jesus Christ. Bring sorrow, trade them for joy. Hear the ashes, new life is born. Jesus is calling. Jesus is coming. Oh, what a Savior. Isn't he wonderful? Sing hallelujah. Christ is risen. hallelujah. Christ is risen. Bow down before him, for he is Lord. Oh, sing hallelujah. Christ is risen.
All right, I'm back. That girl can sing. Oh man, if you're in the room, say something in the chat so I know you're in here. Hey Lisa, I see that you are in the chat. Okay, I don't think those links are gonna work. I'm just trying to figure out how to link pin message. Okay, I guess it can pin a message. All right. See who else is in here. I don't know. How do I get back to the live chat? Oh, there it is. All right, so we got Lisa in the live chat. What's going on, Lisa? It's been a while since I did one of these live streams, so I'm always rusty on how things work. So what's been going on with you, Lisa? Anything new on your end? Man, nobody watches the videos anymore. Nobody comes to the live streams. It's just this world is really going dark. I've noticed that Lima's really a dark city. I've noticed whenever you're in a large city where there's a powerful principality reigning above it, that is just dark. It's not too bad to where it's uncomfortable, but it's just everyone on the street is they're in a daze. Everyone's in a twilight zone. Like you can't even laugh with some person or talk with some person because they're locked in, man. Satan's got their mind. But you know, the Most High has been showing me a lot lately how the satanic kingdom works. It's the same stuff he's told me before, but just at a different angle. And there's, you know, I pray for people all the time. I pray for the world, but like, there's no way out of this unless God wants you out of it. There's no way. There's no way you have a chance at fighting Satan's kingdom or whatever he throws at you without spiritual sight. It's like the only reason Satan hasn't ran people over and taken them out is because the Most High God's got like a bubble of protection around them, holding Satan back. It's not anything of like their awareness of 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 their fighting unless they have a glimpse into the spirit realm. But you know, like I mentioned before, I'm going through like it feels like a third awakening. It's been it was tough before. Now it just feels there's that bland period after like the awakening, after a bunch of pain and enlightenment. You're just like at a like a newborn again, like getting your foot in, like what just happened. I got a feeling like that, like what just happened in the spirit realm, like oh my. Let's see. Lisa says she's what you watch. You about like the only one, Lisa. I mean, I'm saying that because like just the views are way down on the videos. Like I know when the Most High has, I know when I have recorded a message in a strong way that the Most High God has given me, and I've put out a couple strong messages lately, but just people just aren't watching. Yeah, I guess they've had enough. You know, they might be ready for another dose. So let's see. Lisa says, I too find many are locked in. Those of us that aren't locked in quietly talk to each other sometimes when we whisper. I mean, I I I don't think you're talking about in person. Maybe you're talking about on here or through prayer, but like, yeah, these people are, they're just like, man, Satan's got them so covered up that it's hard for me to relate to anybody. It's like, because we're living in two totally different realities. They're living in a world that they still, like, they're living in a world where they don't know it's supernatural, where they don't know it's a matrix. So they're worried about silly stuff like going to work. They're still like running around like chickens with their head cut off. They're still worried about what if this doesn't happen next week, and no one knows how to relax. And it's just I find it difficult um, to have a genuine heart to heart discussion with people, because if I'm having a real discussion that's deep, it's going to be about things that's taking place in the world, and most people are blind to the things that are taking place in the world. Therefore, at best, we can do is talk about, like, hey, where have you traveled? What kind of food you like? It's very surface conversation if I have it with somebody. You know, it's that part of being blessed by the Most High God in this world, and Satan having a target on your back, and being isolated to a certain degree, that part gets a little mundane at times. It can get a little boring. But what am I gonna do? Like, go back to sleep? Sometimes I feel like that dude in in the Matrix, Louis Cipher, when he was like, I don't want to know anything. I just want to go back to sleep, and I want to be someone famous. Like, I can understand why he feels that way, because it's like living in this world with the things I've seen, the things that I know. It's like there's no coming back. Like, I've been on this same ever since my awakening happened, and I saw full blown in the spirit realm and was gifted with the prophetic. Like, I can't unsee that stuff. It's almost been 5 years since that happened to me in January of 2019, right? January 2024 is coming up. It'll be 5 years. I haven't like wondered if what I experienced was true. None of that. I've been on the same message since then. Like, I cannot unsee the things God has showed me. Not one iota. Hey, yeah. I've had two Illuminati setups here in Lima. They were like in my first week of arriving in Lima, but it's like I'm starting to see. I'm I don't know what either I'm seeing it in advance more, or more I'm just cutting it off right away. But like, these demons they're either getting easier to spot. The Most High God is turning up my discernment. But man, this world is just full. Like, God's people, they're blind. Like, even the people that say they're God's people, they're still blind. It's kind of like, man, if you ain't got the Holy Spirit, like, people don't even know the Bible. I was talking to someone that's been going to church for over 20 years, still doesn't know anything. Like, you ask them the meaning of a scripture and they still don't know. And it's like, Wayne, why have you wasted, you know how much time you've wasted in the past 25 years? Like, you should just go home and chill. You know what I mean? Like, just pray God he open your eyes. Like, that seems like I like it. When people say that, when they don't know, when they don't have a testimony, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, but I just got to tell you the truth on how it makes me feel from my experience when I didn't know God was real to after, when I, like, you believe. So you don't know, like, you don't have no experience. You just believe. So if you were born in Iran, you would be a Muslim and you would just believe. If you were born in Thailand, you would have just been a Buddhist and you would have been believed. So you got no experience, no spiritual experience or that lets you know the God you say you worship is real, like you might as well be worshiping leprechauns or or or, or Sasquatch monsters. Like, I don't know. It just makes no sense, man. Not one iota says programmed response. Yes, I'm tired of hearing programmed responses from people, from Christians. I'm tired of hearing programmed responses. It's just like I'm looking at them like, man, like I like to me that's worse than an atheist. Because like now you're doing all this stuff and you don't even know what you're doing, why you're doing it. You don't understand the script. You're just believing what somebody told you. Like, let me give you an example. I talked to somebody and I was asking them a question like, hey, do you know what this means in the Bible? And they're like, well, I need to go to Bible study so I can get taught the Bible. I'm like, the Bible's in your language. I'm like, you've been reading Spanish all your life. I have Spanish friends. I got a Bible on my phone in Spanish that I pull the scriptures up there. They're all numbered the same. You know what I mean? Instead of the book of John, it's the book of Juan. You go to it's the same numbers with the same meaning scripture. So I like share scriptures with people, but they're like, well, I got to go to a Bible school. And it's like, so you need to, when you read in a magazine, when you meet a magazine about a new movie coming out, you don't need somebody to explain that to you because it's in your language. Like, this world is so confused that Satan has convinced people that they can't read in their own language and understand something. Like, it is mind-blowing to me. It is mind-blowing. Like, maybe, look, I've always been an intelligent guy. I would never say somebody can read and understand something better than me. So you got the same book I got. I'm putting it into words of how I see these people. Like if it was me. So another person has the same book I got. I can read and they can read. But for some reason, I don't trust myself reading. So I want them to read and tell me what it says. That makes no sense, man. And these people just go along with it. They just go along with it. You might as well just throw your book away then. You might as well just go throw your book away and listen to whatever he tells you. Oh man, it's like I can't wait to see their face when this world really cracks off and they know for sure God is real, Satan is real, and there's a war going off because the whole world is in chaos. I can't wait to see their face. Like I tried to tell you, like, yeah, I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but it kind of feels good after getting called crazy for years. You know what I mean? People call me crazy, and I'm like, man, like I feel the most sane I have ever felt in my entire life. So like, call me crazy if you want. I'm looking at you like, woo, you're gonna eat them words. Oh man, let me stop. God basically is all I think about or talk. Like, yeah, like I wouldn't have nothing to talk about. I'm already out of their way. Not one iota. I'm already out of their way. Like, I'm so like at the point with people, I try to tell them the truth, but they're so set in their ways. I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. You want to go get something to eat? Because if I tell you what I really think, you're gonna hate me. Like I don't hate you because you're blind, but if I tell you I can see, you hate me. That's another one. So-called Christians, they hate people that have a spiritual experience. They hate people that seen hell and seen heaven. They don't believe them. They're like, people say that. But I'm I'm like, Jesus Christ could show up to your face doing miracles, and you're going to be a Pharisee talking about, oh, he cast out demons by the name of Beelzebub. Like, oh, that was a magic trick. Like, they're not going to believe nothing. Like, Satan's got them such, like, man, that religious spirit has blinded people. It's just, man, it's very, 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 very frustrating. And like, I have people that come by the channel just dropping like hearsay and it's stuff. And I'm not at the point where I'm gonna argue against their wrong points. You drop like two total blaspheming statements against the truth, the constant truth I've been preaching. Anybody been watching this channel for a while knows I'm not all over the place with the message. They coming from the same place like a hammer. So like, any of you guys been watching, you know where I stand on the scriptures, and you know the way I interpret. It's not even an interpretation. You know the way God has told me what the scriptures say. So like, people that come like, it don't mean that. When they say that twice, I just block them. Because like, if you're against everything I'm saying, like, why are you watching the channel? Like, I don't watch channels where I'm disagreeing with 50% of the stuff they say, that I have a different interpretation of the word than what they have. Like, I'm not watching a channel like that. Why would I? Like, I can't even watch a channel where I'm disagreeing like 5% of the time. Like, I don't even want to watch one of them channels because I'm like, oh man, obviously that dude got some lies mixed in with the truth. All it takes is one drop of lie to ruin a whole gallon of truth. All right, says we got 5 people in the room. If you're in the room, say something in the chat. If anybody wants to come on the live stream, there is the link. I just posted the link in the live stream because, like, honestly, I'm tired of talking to myself. I feel like I'm making videos. The Most High gives me a word. I make a video that I know is like, is a good message, because I went back and watched like my last 3 videos and I'm like, man, them are some smoking messages the Most High gave me. The comments are minimal, the views are minimal. So like, I feel like I'm talking to myself. I feel like I'm talking to myself on the messages because no one wants to hear it. I feel like I'm talking to myself on this live. So there's the link. If anybody wants to come on, I posted the link in the chat. You're welcome to come on. But just is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't know what else to say. Not one iota. I appreciate your videos and PriceKen. Yeah, I appreciate you watching. Not one iota. When I say nobody's watching, I mean like it's 10% of the people that it used to be. You know, and it's. I'm gonna keep doing it because the Most High God says it. Whether it's one person watching or 0 people watching, I'm just saying. I'm coming from a point that this world is so in darkness that people are just tuning out. Like, I'm wondering, like, I know what's happening. Satan is taking over their minds and blinding them. Satan is taking over their minds and blinding them. Like, people are gone. Like, they're gone. Their minds are gone. There's no more light in them. Like, the demons have moved in and set up shop. They're squatters inside of their house, meaning people's soul. These demons have moved in. They've hung pictures on the wall, put family portraits of Jezebel and Moloch and Satan up in the living room. These demons are living in people's house. Hey, and another good thing, people are being mean to me for no reason, like rolling their eyes. Like, that happens when the Holy Spirit is really strong on me. People hate me for no reason. And I've been getting hated and stared at lately, and I'm like, whoo, yeah, it matches what I'm feeling. Like, you demons can't stand me walking around Peru, can you? Oh man, I'm gonna keep walking around. Y'all ain't gonna do that. Welcome in the room. If you're in the room, say something in the chat. Also, there's the link to the live stream if anybody wants to come on. Somebody come on and say something to me. Put me out of my boredom misery. Okay, we got 10 people in the chat. So if nobody wants to come on, somebody ask some questions. It's better if you just come on and tell what's been going on in your life than trying to write a paragraph in the chat. Like sometimes text messages can get misconstrued anyway. Reynaldo. Hello, everyone. I'm still here. I'm just here thinking. Last week has been crazy as far as people trying to get into confrontations with me for no reason. I'm not arguing with anybody. Look, I'm gonna tell you something, not one iota. Every attachment I've had to a human, which there was only like one or two left that I had, Satan's ruined that because I see the demons in them and I'm like, you know what? Until God wants them to wake up, like some people are just gonna be misery. Pray for them, but like, man, you're not gonna drag me. I'm not gonna let a demon possessed person, no matter who they are, drag me down to their level. I'll let you go first. I don't care who it is. I'll just let you go. And that's what I had to do. I had to let somebody go. So now I'm like, man. Okay, Ronaldo says I'm gonna need to jump in if nobody jumps in. Okay. I had a guy follow me down the street and then pull up and ask me, who the F you think I am? Yeah, like some demon stuff, right? You're just like, where did that come from? Yeah, I know what kind of demon stuff you're talking about. Hey, I had this dude in Peru. Did I post it on here? No, I don't think I was walking down the street. Dude's like 60 years old, and he's staring at me the whole time. And he walks up to me and shakes my hand really hard and then just starts telling me who he is. He's like, I'm a doctor. I'm like a colon doctor and this, that, and the other. And I'm looking at him and he's looking me dead in my eyes. And I know he's demon possessed, but I'm like, who? And I looked at him like thinking is he a bum? Is he about to ask me for money? I looked him up and down, clean shoes, like money wasn't his problem. He was just demon possessed. And it was like you know how demons are when they see a person of God and the person of God's got the light on them. We're like a celebrity to them. So this demon just wanted to shake my hand, I guess, and stare at me in their own weird type of way and introduce himself. I was just like, you know what, man, I'm out of here. He was weird. But that happened to me like just last week, walking down one of these streets in Miraflores, Lima. Miraflores, Lima, Peru. Lisa said it's amazing how many people we've lost. Are you talking about, Lisa, like people in your life that you've lost because they're demon possessed or they're too far gone for you to maintain a close relationship with them? Or are you talking about people dying? I walked past a woman today and one eye looked up at me wide open while the other one remained on a coffee. Oh man, these people are so scared. Like these people are scary. They're these deep. Look, the Most High has been showing me what's happening. How like has Satan. So like demon possession goes in stages. So imagine it like 1% to 100%. Once you're 100%, like Satan can take over your body completely. But it's the more you live in lies of this world, the more you tune in to that TV channel. That's the best way to say it. Okay, the more you tune in to what Satan is playing, the more control he has over your mind, over your soul, your thoughts, your emotions, and your will. The more control Satan has over it. So you have to seek staying connected to God to avoid becoming susceptible to tuning into Satan's programming, because Satan's programming is all around you. The matrix is all around you. It's at your job, it's at your church, it's at your restaurants, it's on your TV, it's on your radio, it's in your magazines. So if you don't have something that's like the word of God and prayer that's going to ground you, it's like you're in a boat, and God, the word of God, the truth of the Most High is an anchor from keeping you to getting drifted away. So if you don't anchor yourself to God, you get drifted away. And the drifting away I'm talking about is your mind being slowly drifted away from the truth and carried off into Babylon, to where you are living in a reality that Satan has created for you. And all the beliefs of the matrix is what governs your reality and your experience you have on earth. So you become blinded from the truth and the experience of the Most High God. And that's where most people are in this world. Okay, Lisa says, people in my life and people dying. Yeah, I just had another, like my family's all Satanists anyway. I just had another auntie die, and it's just like, I'm like surprised. I'm surprised more people ain't died like in my family, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like anybody ever notice, like, think about your family, your friends, your life experience. Anybody ever notice how like the most evil people that have done the most evil things to you or other people, they're just old and nothing happens to them? Like they don't even get sick. Like the evil people in my family, the most demon possessed people, like ain't never had a surgery, don't ever get sick or go to the hospital, like nothing's wrong with them. And they be living to be old, unhealthy, fat, high blood pressure, living to be almost 100 years old. And you're just like, woo. But I mean, I get it. Satan's the one that Satan's the one that sends demons of infirmity towards you. So if you're on his team, why would he persecute you? He needs you out there doing his will. Satan needs you healthy so you can do a lot of evil for him. So I get it. I understand why it's happening. Not one iota says serious. It was weird. I sat back down and prayed. Any witchcraft from her would be reversed. She got up smiling at me and walked off. Yeah. Like, trust me. I've had two demon gangs of demon possessed Freemason Illuminati people try to infiltrate me. I'm so used to being alone now. I don't even want to hang out with people. You know, I'm so used to being alone. Like I almost don't even want to hang out with people, because like hang out for what? Like you you don't know the stuff that I know. If I tell you the truth of how I really feel about this world, you're gonna think I'm crazy. You're gonna think I need to be locked up in an insane asylum. So it's just like I don't watch sports, so like I'm not gonna want to talk about or go watch a football game with you. Like I don't know that matrix world of football. So like, what can we really relate on? But I don't know, man. Just gets old. It's getting real old. That's all I tell you. It's getting old. Hey, but the good news is I'm starting to see a few people with masks on in Lima. I'm starting to see the fear manifesting, sprinkling in. There's people with masks on, walking around with a deer in the headlights, like, don't touch me, I'm scared. I need to see the whole world in mask again. Like that's when I'll feel the most sane, when the whole world's in mask again. That's what I need to see. You know what I mean? Because obviously these people think it's a game. Like I need them in masks. I need them locked in their house. Something has got to make these people cry out to God. Maybe if we put them in masks and lock them in their house for 6 months, they'll cry out to God to save them. So Lisa says the masks are definitely back. Tell me what you're seeing, Lisa. What are you seeing with the mask? Like, please tell me the news is telling people to put on masks. Like I saw a couple hospitals, a couple colleges got mask mandates, but like I need this on a federal level. I need it in airports. Like the airports will be first. And you know me, I'm flying a lot. So, you know, the last time I was in an airport, I heard it. I told you guys, I heard it. They were like, COVID-19 cases are rising. If you feel sick or you have a fever, a runny nose, or a sore throat, do not fly. Seek medical attention. I'm like, whoo! I'm like, I ain't heard that in like a year. Like we need that back. We need that kind of chaos back. Like that lets me know we're moving towards the goal line, right? Progress. Like people are probably watching like, Ken, you're probably a nutcase. What do you want all those restrictions back? Because I know it's got to happen before the end happens. Like I've been ready for the end to happen for years now. Like I'm ready for it to happen tomorrow. I'm ready. Start coughing and clear, man. I see the streets of SoCal. I've heard Seattle and North Carolina hospitals are reported. Yes, and you know I don't watch the news, but I'll look up like I'll Google some key phrases like COVID cases rising. I'll read the articles of the day, like mask mandates, and I'll see if there's any news. But they got that new vaccine out. Somebody's got to take it. You got to have a reason to take it. You got to have a reason to take the new booster. Like, why would you make, you know what I mean? It's like Thanksgiving. Why would you make a whole bunch of Thanksgiving food if no one's going to eat it? Like, you got to give them a reason to eat it. Make up a reason. If you would give it away to homeless people before you would let it go to waste, like somebody's got to take that booster. Oh man. Freedom of speech. Let's see. Now, when Iota says 2 weeks ago, a woman came into a doctor's office I was at and said she was there for her B booster. Oh, I did see this, guys. I was in downtown Lima this Sunday, so that was only 3 days ago, and I was at this market, and they had like a little, it was a little small station, just like a table. It wasn't even a tent. And they had like two nurses out there giving shots. Now there was no signs or anything, so I don't know what kind of shots they were, but I can assume what kind of shots there were. Because it was like not in a medical district. It was like, man, there's like a swap meet that sells fruit and a little bit of clothes, and like why are y'all here giving people shots? I saw one dude getting a shot, and he looked like he was on his last month of life. Like these people's, they look dead in the eyes. You ever look at these people's eyes, and the whites of their eyes are so dark yellow? It's like, damn, what are you eating to where your eyes are the color, the whites of your eyes are such, they're like a light brown. They're about the color of my skin. I'm just like, man, what are you? Drink some water, eat a vegetable. What happened to your eyes? Oh man, let me stop. Let me stop talking about people. Man, I'm just telling y'all, like, look, man, this is the only way I got to vent. So you guys know me, you know my personality, you know the way I mean it. I'm like, man, that's funny. It's like, man, because like, yes, I've been at a point in life where I'm drinking nothing but sodas and eating junk food, and your eyes don't look good. I'm not saying that because, like, right now I'm eating healthy and my eyes are really white, but like, man, their eyes, like, you look at them and you're just like, hello, is anyone home? Is this just what is this thing I'm talking to? Your eyes are not even like focusing, like you can see out of them dirty things. I probably would enjoy it. I got a sick sense of humor. Like I got a sick sense of humor. Not like when this world breaks off and people are like running around screaming. Like I can't wait to look them in the face. Go like you didn't think God was real like this, did you? Like you didn't think He's gonna like end the world. Like you think He like I'm gonna be telling people like honestly, if you don't really know God, and to know He's behind destroying this world, you would think He was an evil person. You would think God was evil the way He's going to destroy this world if you didn't know why He was doing it. I can't wait till they see their face. I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be like, what kind of God would do this? I'm like, the same one who saved 8 people, the same one that saved Noah's wife, his 3 sons, and their 3 wives. The same God that saved only 8 people and killed the entire world. The same God that did that is doing this. Like, that's the way He gets down. He gets mad and then He kills everybody. Like, you would think that was evil if you didn't know. Oh, man. Let me stop. Let me see. The church is basically exposed. It's sad, actually. It is over. Like all these fake mega churches people are still going to. It's like not one of, yeah, He's giving them a lot of opportunities to wake up in the past 3, and they're not listening. And like and like that's my prayer a lot of the time. I'm praying like, God, like they ain't gonna, like, you gonna have to wake them up. Like they can't hear the alarm clock. So like wake them up or destroy the world. But like why are you making me suffer? Like I'm already willing to die. Like just kill me. Like I thought I was dead at my last awakening when I saw heaven and hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like I joke with God like that. Like it's almost a cruel trick. Like you let me die, you let me see heaven, you let me see hell and then heaven, and then you send me back to tell people some messages, and like nobody listens to me. And now it's been almost 5 years. Like this does like this doesn't even feel like cool. Like, God, I know you love me, but like, hey man, like do something. Like I'm ready to, and like I'm telling you guys the way I feel. Like God's gonna do something whenever He get ready. But I'm like, they're not listening to you. Not listening to you. So I don't know what you want me to do. Like I'll keep putting out the message, but like they don't want it, the world don't want to hear it. I'm like, you're gonna have to do something to these people. Even then, it's like Egypt. Even when God sent the plague, He had to send 10 plagues. He had to wipe out family members. I'm gonna kill all the firstborn. He got to do stuff like that just for people to be like, oh, He's real. Reynaldo, what's up, my man?
Nothing much, brother. How you doing, man? How's it going?
Man, just chilling. Just over here venting. I know you hear me venting.
Yeah, that actually made me want to jump in a little bit. I was venting to another brother just a couple of minutes ago. Sorry for the background. I'm in the house. I want to be able to talk about. I'm in the garage. I want to be able to talk about this and not sound crazy in front of my family. Oh man, I want to talk to you about something that happened to me the other day. It's happened to a couple of other people apparently, but it's the first for me. So I want to see what you thought about this.
What's up?
So I'm leaving my house. Let's say, well, before I lost my last job, they got me to explode. But we'll talk about that another time. So as I'm leaving my house, this lady approaches me. It's about 6:10 in the morning. I'm leaving for work. This lady approaches me, my neighbor, with a little dog. And she said hi to me, how's it going? You know, stuff like that. The dog runs over. You know, I like dogs, so I pet the dog real quick, keep it pushing. I didn't think anything of it. But then the next day, this same lady, not the next day, but it was like a couple of days later, the same lady came with this little small dog. And she told me, oh, wow, this dog, like, I don't know what it is with this dog. It's almost like this dog knows when you're going to leave your house. And that like sounded kind of strange to me because whenever I see this lady, it's always when I tell somebody I'm getting ready to go somewhere or I have plans, it's like this lady's always out there with a little small dog. And I was picking up a strange energy and I didn't know what to think about that. And I ran across some other people saying the same thing about them being confronted the moment they leave the house by somebody with a little small dog.
GangStalking synchronization to make you doubt your reality or doubt your perception of what's really happening. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Like
it was weird.
I done felt so crazy so many times that I could walk outside and people's head could turn around in front of me and I would just keep on walking. I wouldn't like you gonna see a bunch of crazy stuff. It's all supernatural. They try to make it seem like why would a person, it seems like this dog. Well, the dog ain't outside by itself. He's with you, lady. You brought him out, so you know I'm about to leave my house. Like the dog didn't let itself out. You know I'm about to leave my house. So they say little weird words to try to make you think because you'll sit there and try to figure out what happened. And that's what Satan wants you to do. He wants you to give you a bunch of weird situations. So you're trying to make sense of it all. And next thing you know, you're bombarded with a bunch of these type of thoughts. You know what I mean? So whenever something is weird or supernatural to me, I'm just like, oh, this must be some satanic stuff. I just can't. I'm walking to lunch. You know.
That's how my life is now. I guess I'm having a hard time accepting this, like, because we can't talk about this nowhere else. Like, we'll sound insane, but if something's weird to me, I don't care.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing: the more you ignore it, and the more you don't let it occupy part of your mind, Satan will crank it up, and it'll become more and more weird to where it'll be like a comedy movie, like a Matrix comedy. You'll be like, oh, like you. So like, if you don't pay it no attention, he'll if you don't respond to the music being played at a certain volume, he'll just turn it up louder, and it'll be more stupid to where it will be obviously supernatural to you. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. it's like there's some things that I know that I miss because I'm just not paying attention. I'm so lost in my thoughts. I know I miss a lot of things, but another thing I've been running into is like on this when I'm driving, I'll encounter people that will cut me off, and when they say, "Oh, I'm sorry," they'll wave to me. They'll wave at me the same way I would wave at somebody. Like it's like they're almost mimicking my mannerisms. That's
Yeah,
something I noticed. Say it again.
that's mockery. I had a dude when I was in Medellin imitate me for 10 minutes, the way I talk, my mannerisms, my facial expression, to mock me. He had my personality. You know how like you see a comedian and they'll imitate another famous person's?
Yeah.
He did me like that so well that if I didn't know it was a demon imitating me, I would have been mad, like be like, "Oh, you think it's funny? You think you're trying to play me?" I thought it was hilarious because he nailed it. He the exact way I talked, the phrasing for like 10 minutes. So yeah, it's just a form of mockery. It's to like try to irritate you.
It's just creepy. It's like whenever whenever which way they could get you. Like with me, after they got me to explode and I lost that job, like I was mad, so I was just staying in the house to myself. And I think it was the next day after I exploded and I officially lost my job. 'Cause they pulled me out of character. The attacks are brilliant, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. The attacks they're insane. But anyway, it's like this demon came to the front door, a friend of the family, and dropped off some hand sanitizer, and I just picked it up off of him. He started asking me about if I had applied to this job that he told me to apply to months ago or months prior. It's like the timing of this stuff when it happens to me. It's like a form of harassment. It's like a spiritual harassment.
He asked you about a job right after you lost your job?
Yeah, he started asking me, "Oh yeah, have you?" It's like the timing of it. It's like
well, they do that on purpose. It's like the same thing that you said with the lady saying, "Oh, the dog seems like he knows what time." It's like them. It's trying to make you stay in the "I lost my job" depressed to remind you of it. You know how a friend would take your mind off of something? Demons want to keep your mind on what pains you.
Yeah. I noticed that.
They'll bring it up in a conversation, or they'll say they're talking about a third party, but the third party will mimic your life, a pain of your life. So they want to remind you of things that bother you emotionally to keep your vibration low. So
yeah. I'm tripping out because I noticed that at work somebody kept talking about like an insecurity I have, and Satan's watching, so he knows what bothers me. He knows what gets under my skin. These attacks are perfect. I noticed this person kept getting me to talk about an insecurity I have, and at first I didn't notice it, but it was like a thing of it didn't make me sad. It was more just like annoying. Like it's like I was picking up on it. But I guess what bothered me was I was enjoying the conversation with the guy until he turned it into something evil, and I thought, "Damn, like you too?"
Yeah, they lure you in to get you to lower your guard, and then they sucker punch you with that. But God uses it for good. So like, what'll happen is God will use those situations where you'll be thinking about your insecurity, and God will actually reveal to you it's one of your strengths that just has been hidden from you. So it's kind of like ripping the Band-Aid off the sore. It may hurt at first, but that's the only way it heals. It's through exposure. Is putting light on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've been noticing some things, but I've been feeling pretty bad. I ran across a weird, strange. It's like it was like part bad luck, part spiritual attack. They got me to snap at my job. Somebody did something to me at that job to the point where I had to confront them. I'm sorry. I tried my hardest not to do it, and I knew that I shouldn't have did it. But when this person did something to make me mad, there was no management there that day. So there was nobody that I could go to say, hey, Chris over here is tripping out. I need to have a conversation with them.
But even if there was somebody to go to, they're all in on it.
That's kind of like the way it seemed. I just don't know. That's the way it seemed. I would have felt more comfortable because the last time I got into it with somebody, the boss was able to kind of chill everything down. I didn't explode. This last time, like I just exploded. And I mean, I don't really like cussing at women or anything like that, but this person got under my skin so bad that I just couldn't hold it together no more. Like,
so here's what these situations, from my experience, here's what the spiritual meaning of these situations are. That is like a form of going through the refiner's fire. You know how if you boiled, if you heated up gold, there'd be slag that came to the top, and it wouldn't, and you would take that off. So these situations, the Most High God allows Satan to put you through, will basically refine your character to where you'll learn lessons of it's not the right way to react, because the Most High God's setting up his kingdom with his troops. So there's going to be people trying to piss you off all the time, and he wants all of your decisions and your actions to be of righteous nature, in line with what he would want you to do. So he's got to let you learn what not to do through experience. And through those experiences is where true wisdom is gained. You know what I mean?
oh, okay, yeah. So I did kind of feel like that.
When you make these kind of mistakes, don't get down on yourself. Reflect on them, on why the action you took was wrong, and what you could have did better that would have had a better outcome later. And then you learn from it. And then Satan has to regroup. He'll try to run you through the same test again at like maybe a more difficult level, and you'll have to apply the wisdom gained from the last time you went through the test. So it's always get smarter, always reflect and seek wisdom of your past test.
Yeah.
Reflect on them, and therefore you carry them forward on the next test. Otherwise, you stay at the same level of the video game until you learn.
Yeah. It feels like I'm climbing because it feels like things are becoming more difficult. I'm seeing more and more things that I just never thought I would see. Because that guy imitating me as we're driving on the street corner, like that person, like imitating like my movements and my mannerisms. It creeped me out. It was like something off of a movie. I'll lose a job and somebody will go walking by dancing and start speaking to me in a way to let me know that they know I just lost my job, or they know that I just lost my room that I was renting. And wow, it's a battle, dude. So I'm ready for this to end already.
Me too.
Whoa, like this is not. I cannot. It's bad. Like, so I have money right now, but I have to get up and get another job again, and I'm getting tired of going through this circle of I get a job and I lose one, somebody screws me over just right, or they lure me off a job that I don't have. Then I have to get a job again. Like, I'm getting tired of that. Like, it's like that will wear any person down.
Dude, you realize I've been living out of a suitcase for 4.5 years almost. I'm so tired of traveling around. Like, it's not like I do a bunch of exciting stuff. Like, I don't feel like a tourist traveling. I get an Airbnb for a month. I find a place to get haircuts. I've been going to the gym recently. I eat lunch. I watch Netflix. It's not like,
not super expensive.
It's not super expensive. It's not like I got a travel buddy either. So it's a lot of dead time, man. So like, no, I'm saying this to say I understand. It's like you're tired of it. It's like, even if you get your dream job, a dream apartment and all that, it's still going to be the same game. You're still going to be feeling the same way. You're not going to be happy.
I feel like I just can't go back to like normal or whatever normal is, whatever I thought normal was. I don't know what normal is, but I feel like I can't go back to that now until some type of change comes, or God pulls his whole our whole existence needs to just be torn down and redone. It needs to be redone by God because this is Satan. What I'm seeing, like it's all over the place. Like, I just can't try to go back to being like normal. Let me go to the club or let me go to a video game tournament. Like, nah, nothing's the same. Like,
it's not the same. It's not. Like the only times I'm truly happy is when like the Most High gives me a message, or like I'm listening to some good worship music. Like the beginning of this chat, a chick made a comment on my channel, and like on her channel she was singing this gospel song, and like I was sitting on a bench here in Lima listening to it, like almost in tears, and the Most High was giving me downloads of messages. But like other than that, or eating like some good food, because like I get to experience, different cultures' food. Like other than that, like I don't even know what else to be happy about.
Because life has changed for me. Like I'll talk to people that used to know me, and they're like, "Oh, Ray, have you been watching the game?" And I'm like, "Nah." Like, and I'm not gonna lie. I actually love sports. I love boxing or football. I love all that stuff. But one day, it was about maybe 4 years ago. Something just made me not want to watch it anymore. After I had my eyes open, it just started losing my attention. I feel like sports push agendas now, being used to like shape our society now. So I kind of don't really care to really watch it. Rigged, not to me. I don't talk about that, but I feel like life is rigged. So,
oh yeah, it is.
I can't really just watch it anymore. It's actually very blatant now. I feel like it's very rigged. It's hard for me to not notice it. Like there have been certain Super Bowls where the Steelers won. Like I'm a Steelers fan, and that Steelers and Seahawks Super Bowl look kind of funny to me. But I don't say nothing. It's so blatant to where I just can't watch it. Like I don't know. I don't want to be distracted by the circus, by the Roman circus, and that's what it is.
Yeah, the bread and circus. Man, I feel like the whole world's gay. I was at the market after the gym today buying like some vegetables, and two dudes walk up my height, and they're gay, and I'm like, I'm just like, man, you guys are everywhere. Like, there's a lot of gay people in Brazil. It's like that's how you know it's a spirit. Because when I was a little kid, there'd be like one gay person in the whole neighborhood, and everybody knew who it was. Like now, the other day I'm walking in my apartment, and like when I get to the corner, like there's two grown men kissing each other on the lips, like saying goodbye. And these gay people are more in love than any man-woman couples I see. Like they're always holding hands. They're always holding hands and kissing. It's like, where did this come from? Where did this begin? It's 500 pounds of man together hugging and kissing. I don't want to see that. Like, and there's no shame in their game. They're just like, I'm like, man, there's kids around. Why don't y'all go home and sword fight? Get out of my face.
Oh man. I don't know. It's just a trip. Like I was looking at the Bible, and he said these things are just gonna come upon you suddenly, like, and boom. It seemed like the moment Barack Obama got in, I don't know what happened. It just seemed like that just opened the gate for this stuff. Like, he didn't care about black people, but he made sure gay people could get
They used him. They used him to pacify, I think, minorities to be away from what was really happening.
Yeah, like I feel like he's a powerful piece on the chessboard to be used by evil. Like whatever he says goes. Like, well, I mean, it could be the dumbest shit. I'm just not really feeling it. Like all I know is that the moment around the 2009 and after, it seemed like this stuff just came out of nowhere. There's drag queen shows at in kindergarten class. Like what's going? Like what happened?
That's okay.
It's right. I was talking to somebody close to me. I'm not gonna say who about it the other day, and they were really serious. Like, well, the drag queen know how to put on good makeup. Like, I'm not saying that they don't. I'm saying it should not be in a kindergarten class. I'm not saying that they don't have skills. It just shouldn't be in class with my kid. Go down the street around the corner with that. Like, but these people are so brainwashed.
Like that's how you know it was spiritual. Like I remember being like a little boy And if you run across porn, it was like you found a dirty magazine at your friend's dad's garage. You know what I mean? And that was your porn stash. Like now, every kid's got access to porn on their phone 24/7. And it's like, here's how you know it's satanic. Like YouTube can monitor comments and delete comments I post, but the same entities that control the internet don't want to shut down the porn sites to kids.
Oh yeah. It's very noticeable now. Like once your eyes are open to it, it's so just right here in our face. The game is right here, it's playing for us to see. But who knows? Who cares?
And I think about it all the time. I'm like, okay, it couldn't have, it's like everything went downhill with these smartphones. Like when you said around that 2005, 6, 7 time frame when the smartphones came.
Oh yeah.
I think it started speeding up because like I can't. They didn't have they have greater abilities today to keep people blind because before they would have to do it through subliminals in television or radio. But now they have access to everybody's subconscious through their phone. Like,
yeah,
you know, they have to do it to move through movies or weekly TV shows to funnel an agenda. You know, now everything's I'm gay. Like I watch Netflix shows and it'll be a good, you know, it'll be an entertaining show, but they'll have to throw some gay couple in there. And I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with the show. Like, why does every good show have to have a gay couple? It ain't that many gay people.
But they have to. It's noticeable. Like the little like the trans agendas, it's just becoming so aggressive to where it just ruins the movie. Like, dude, come on. Like, I think they're pushing that. What else they push? That's like the interracial thing. I mean, I really don't care about that too much, but I feel as if that's kind of like an agenda too. Like, but it's a lot of gay like agenda stuff I'm seeing in these movies. You know what? I give it to him though. So Satan has his game plan and he's going through with it, dude. Like, I'll give him that.
All the sexual content you see like on YouTube Shorts. I watch a lot of YouTube Shorts when I'm bored. Just the sexual type of content that's on YouTube. It's like chicks I'm like, you don't have a dad or a mom or a grandma? Like you don't, and they're just like, oh, you know how they be interviewing people on the streets like, oh, you want a free subscription to my OnlyFans? I'm like, you don't have anybody that you respect that you would want to hide your whorism to.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a grandmother or grandfather. You don't have one person in your life that you wouldn't want to know that you was homing. And that's where people's morals are at that I see like with young women on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's about pride and showing themselves off. Like that Barbie song, every chick's got like a workout video to that Barbie song. And they're just like, why do you want to have booty shorts on? Like, do you need attention that bad? Like get a man. I'm done, man. I don't know.
I'm pretty much just about worn out. I mean, our society has been broken down. I mean, more than what I even realized. I mean, but we've been broken down morally. I heard it's like a plan, just to break us down before the final destruction. But have you heard about the floods and stuff? I need to talk to you about that as well.
What floods?
Like I think there was like a flood.
They said like 20,000 people died. Where was it? Libya?
Yeah.
Look, man, I've seen so much supernatural that manifested in the physical realm. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but yeah, I saw the article they posted. But like, you know, it's kind of like I felt the same way about the pandemic. Like, I want to see some bodies. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but if there's a bunch of people dead, I want to see some bodies. You remember how Ferris Bueller, he was like, if your grandma's really dead, just roll her old bones over here and let me see. Like, that's where I'm at. I've been told so many lies. I mean, they say 20,000 people died. Like, I want to see some bodies.
That's a lot.
Everything's fine where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like nothing ever happens where I'm at.
Dude,
So
I think 20,000, like that's an insane number. Like, whoa, like
I'm not trying to be insensitive, but yeah, like I mean, either it really happened or they want you to believe it happened. It could be either one with this satanic world.
I mean, I don't know which one is which anymore. I mean, there have been times where I've been fooled. I mean, there have been times where I've really been had. So I don't know who's good or who's bad in the conflicts. I don't know what happened or what not or what didn't really happen anymore in the world. I heard a lot of things going on. What you think about this dollar though? I don't think this dollar is going to hold up too much longer.
Man, honestly, I thought it would have been crashed already. I know, I'm hoping 2.0 of the pandemic comes and that should crash the real estate market and take everything with it.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
coming.
everything. I'm surprised it ain't happened already.
It's marching in our direction. Pandemic 2.0. It was the true thing is some random person at my last job just started talking to me about that. He said, "Oh, lockdowns are coming at the end of September." Just some random ass white dude I was working with. It was the most random conversation.
Please, like I need something that's gonna make me smile. And the reason I'm smiling is because it's a step towards the end.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I never
Like,
thought I'd say that.
Look, I was special ops in the military. I know how war works. You rehearse things. You rehearse things to weed out all the, you know
Mistakes.
what I mean? Like, yeah, like you know all the whistleblowers on YouTube. You have them all shadow banned or deleted their channel. Anybody who was going to oppose the system and tell truth. Like
Yeah.
all the doctors or nurses in the field that were whistleblowers, you've already got to weed them out
Yeah.
on 1.0. So you got to, anybody who is going to be a problem, you've got to move them out the way during the rehearsal. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping 2.0 is the real deal, not an exercise.
Oh well, because 1.0 really, man, 1.0 was difficult as it was. Like, wow, I had plans, ruined everything, life fell apart. So it's like this next time around, because it's coming. That for that random guy to just tell me, oh, the end of September, I just thought, okay, like something's coming. That was very random out of nowhere. Huh?
The end of September is 10 days from now. Like,
I mean, who knows? I mean, God said these things are going to be sudden. All I know is that out of nowhere in my life, I could put $40 in my gas tank and be able to get to where I need to go. Now I'm at 70 something. Like, whoa!
Hey, somebody in California sent me a thing like the gas in Riverside County was like $7.10 or something. I was dying laughing.
I'm in California right now, and man, I mean, filling your gas tank up, man, it's. Let's just say I'm ready for that end to come. $70? No, I got a problem with that. I mean,
what about food prices? What about food?
Through the roof. I mean, back in the day, $100 could fill up your shopping cart, but now you might be able to get 7 or 8 items with $100 now, depending on what you're getting. It's man, it's insane. Like, man, it's insane. It's gonna get worse. And I'm hearing about us giving like.
I'm wondering how they're doing it.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I've been kind of lucky. I've been able to get in with people, but a lot of life is just probably being cut. People aren't able to do things that they want to do, or maybe they're not spending their money right. But this is making life way more difficult. A lot of people are complaining about like the cost of living as well, like on YouTube Shorts and YouTube videos. But I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot going on in the world right now. I think we're spending the war with like Ukraine. I think that's getting ready to get out of control too. I heard I heard we're sending.
There's a reason that's on the. I look at certain news channels almost every day I skim through the headlines to decipher the agenda. That Ukraine war has been like the top story for a year and a half now. You know what I mean?
Well,
like you go.
I think our government wants war.
Huh?
I think our government wants war. I think they're pushing for it.
That's got to happen too. Like, I don't care what happens. I just want to see some chaos. Like if you show me some chaos, I'll know we're getting closer to the end. Like I know the end is coming, so it's not like, oh, Ken, you're evil. You want to see a war? I'm like, look, man, I want to see something. Like most of the people on this earth, God is gonna kill. I already know that. Like, what do you want me to be? Oh, God, don't do it. He already showed me he gonna do it. So I'm like, so now I'm just arguing over the time. Like, I don't want to be traveling another 5 years like I am now. Like, I'm tired of traveling.
I'm exhausted. Like I'm pretty spent. So yeah, I'm about ready for it to come. I mean, I heard about the whole 2/3 being picked off, all this crazy stuff. So I'm just thinking, like, you know what, like something has to crack off. So something's gonna happen. All these spiritual attacks is coming my way for a reason. I've been talking to other spiritual brothers, but I something's about to go down. Something's about to happen pretty soon, and it's going to get pretty crazy. But I think war's coming soon. I've been hearing about BRICS Bank and all that, and I think the dollar's going to go. Give it a little while, the dollar's gone. So,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, what order out of chaos? Some type of chaos got to happen so we can bring in the order.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm wondering what's taking so long, to be honest. Like, these people are so shell-shocked they can't fight back. Like, their minds are carried off to Babylon. Like, Satan's got full control of them. Like,
I think it's more just God. I guess maybe Satan's waiting for God to give him the go ahead to just to start fucking shit up. I guess. Excuse my language. I guess for him to bring about chaos. Like, that's just what I'm thinking now.
Yeah, because like this is like watching a slow plane crash for me. You know what I mean? Like the plane, I done seen the wing snap off, but it's been falling for 4.5 years, and it's just like, man, hit the ground and explode already.
Because I'm not supposed to quit. I know, like with the gang stalking and all that, like you can't quit. Quitting is, you just can't do that anyway. So I'm trying to stick with this battle, but like this was the opposite of what I wanted to do. The moment I found out about the Illuminati and all that crazy stuff, I immediately wanted to start going to live my life because I knew it was coming. And that's when I noticed like these spiritual attacks were coming out of nowhere. The people with the empty eyes were mysteriously walking up on me on my job, like, and now this is the opposite of what I wanted. I want to be cruising and doing like some wild stuff before I get my head chopped off. But no, apparently I don't get to do any of that. I'm being harassed by apparently demons or something, and they know where I'm going. They know what I'm gonna do. They know what makes me mad. They know how to get into my skin. They know what I want to go eat. Like everything. Like this isn't what I planned. I don't know about you, but this isn't what I had planned for my pre-apocalypse. Man, whatever, son. You know what I'm trying to say. That's not what I had planned.
Wow. Like, trust me, I used to have plans in life and make plans. Like, I have no goals. Like, once you know the truth, like, what are you going to do? Like, oh, I got plans. I got plans to start a career and become a director at a company. Like, for what? To get gang stalked? I don't want to play. I don't want to play the game no more. If I do have to do something like play the game, I just want the minimum little job. Leave me alone. Like I want to participate in the Matrix at the minimum amount I have to survive.
That's what I'm doing. I go to work. I basically just come home after last year. I mean, because once again, last summer I was trying to compete jiu-jitsu, and I've noticed is like people on my job are doing nitpicking, doing little things that get under my skin. I'm having to yell at people, and right then and there, it just hit me like, man, something don't feel right. People speaking to me as if they know me, and now I don't want to train. I just don't really feel like it. People hit me up, oh, Ray, come get your black belt, and I'm just thinking, man, like we about to be dead, dude. Like some crazy stuff is about to crack off. I don't want to talk about no black belt right now. Like,
hey, I just don't. Here's one thing. I was talking to somebody. Here's one thing. So they've been showing on the news COVID cases are increasing, right?
Yeah.
They've been saying they have a new booster. They've been saying like a couple hospitals got like mask mandates, a couple colleges. The first lady came down with COVID, right? Jill Biden, and also the president of Spain. So here's one thing. They wouldn't put all those, if they put those type of stories on the news and don't follow it up with COVID's coming, people will lose faith in the fear of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So by Jill Biden having it, the president of Spain, saying cases are increasing, they have to follow through with that to keep people
afraid,
tuned in, subscribe. Yeah. So that gives me hope that 2.0 is around the corner.
Oh, brother, it's coming, because I mean, because it went through my job. I missed. I mean, once again, I know you have your feelings, but I'm sorry. I felt like I had it. I was fatigued. I had to take a couple days off. I tested positive for it as well. I know you have your feelings. I know. I guess we just disagree there, but I thought it was very well timed. The moment I'm starting to hear about the cases, people on my job are getting sick, so it's like, me personally, I feel like I had flus that were worse. I've had common colds that were worse. So I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. I just feel like it's just being used to control this. But I know something's coming though.
I've been trying to catch it for 3 years. Like it'd be a
lucky you.
It'd be a blessing to me to get sick and just die off of this earth.
Oh well. Oh okay. No. Okay. Well, I see on that one. I'm not ready. You're about ready to get up out of here. Oh heck yeah!
Like so I'm the most reckless person you'll probably know. Hugging homeless people. You know what I mean? Like they ain't washed their hands since 2004.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a night. I will say it's a beautiful nightmare. I can't believe that I'm blessed to see this. To see the world for what it really is. It's a beautiful nightmare.
Man, they got these Peru people. Their minds are warped. Like they ain't nice like Brazil or Colombian people. They're like, it's a strong satanic principality over this city. These people are walking around like robots. You say hi to them, they're kind of timid, don't want to talk. I'm like, I'm ready to get to Colombia or somewhere else. These demons aren't friendly like the other demons. I want to be around some demons that are at least trying to be my friend, trying to lure me into a satanic trap.
Well, no, I just think maybe Satan's cranking up the attacks, and now they're just becoming more aggressive. Because I don't know if this has happened to you, but I've been spotting people. They have an ugly energy off of them, an ugly vibe off of these certain people, but it's like they don't like you on sight, even if you didn't do anything to them. I think you were just talking about that before I got on. That's probably why I got on, actually, because it happened to me. The gym I was getting ready to go back to, there was a somebody there, a chick, ugly energy. She works at the front desk, and it's like she doesn't like me, but I never even really interacted with her, and I'm thinking, damn, like she doesn't like me.
Hey, you know what's so funny? Is the gym I go to here, there's a chick at the front desk, and I say hello to her every time I go in the gym, and she acts like she's 3 hours away from planning her suicide by taking a bottle of pills. She just seems like she's been like that for the past 3 weeks. I'm like, hey, buenos dias, and she's just like, hear this dude coming saying hello again. She's not really moving. She's just like, I just want to be like, hey, when was the last time you was happy for any reason? Like you got your favorite food, you ate an ice cream, you laughed at a YouTube short. Like when was the last time you felt any joy? She just seems like she is so oppressed that she is not enjoying anything. It's like she's not living at all. And it's not like she's being mean. I think she's just like Satan is got her locked in from every angle of her life to where she's like shell shot. She got satanic PTSD, but don't know that's what it is.
Man. So, man, I just had to jump on, get on with you because I'm seeing some trippy things. Things are getting even trippier. The attacks are, like you said, becoming much, much more sophisticated. Uh, from that last job that I had, the scary thing is Satan will come to me and tell me an attack is coming through some random vessel walking down the street. They'll say something like, "Oh, they're coming for you," or "Oh, we're plotting against you," like with the empty eye look. And next thing you know, like I'm getting into it with somebody at my job, and then I somehow wind up the bad guy, and I have to go to the boss, and it's just like crazy stuff starts happening to me. I go to the liquor store next door to my house. The person who's buying food in front of me will start talking about how they got into an argument with somebody at their job and almost
Yeah.
lost their job. It's like stuff like that. It's like that force knows what's happening to you step by step. The moment you told somebody you're gonna slap the shit out of them, it's like Satan knows that.
That's the movie Fallen, where remember
Yeah.
the same spirit. Like that's what it is. It's the same spirit that knows it's seen. Satan can see through the eyes of every vessel he has. You know what I mean? That the Most High hasn't saved. So he has access to anybody who had eyes on you or knows anything about you. He has all this information. It's like everybody who the Most High God hasn't saved is a camera and a microphone that's feeding back to Satan's headquarters information file on you. So anybody that's seen you or witnessed you can describe what happened. Therefore, anybody that runs into you in the future can describe a situation where you were observed in the past. Does that make sense?
Yeah, what you're saying sounds like what Morpheus told Neo in the Matrix when he said anybody who hasn't been unplugged is potentially an agent, or something like that. It got me thinking about that right now.
Watch the Adjustment Bureau too.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. That's pretty interesting. So I just got done watching I know you got done watching the TV show From. You was talking about that on like the last live I think you had, or a live or two ago. The TV show From.
I forgot what it was about though, man. I be watching so much stuff, I be forgetting which is which.
That one was about I heard that it's about the 3 days of darkness, about like God bringing the sun down at light, bringing the sun down like midday, and then the monsters are gonna be able to walk amongst us like the demons and shit. I mean stuff.
Oh, they come out at night.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I watched that.
Yeah. Say what?
Yeah, that's good too. I be watching, man. I didn't watch everything that's like kind of spiritual on Netflix, or I didn't watch damn near everything.
Oh man, like it seems like once again, it seems like this guy knows how to talk to people because I've been seeing a lot of spiritual stuff, but once again, like I'm a cartoon, like anime video game type of a guy, and it seems like now that I'm trying to watch cartoons, like I think the last one I was watching, it's a good one, was called One Punch Man, and it's like these superheroes, like people with abilities, are fighting demons, and the demons are being sent by some leader to like destroy the earth, like stuff like this is just jumping out at me now. Sorry, go ahead though.
You want a couple good movies? Watch the Life of Pi, very very spiritual movie, and also the Disney movie called Soul.
Oh,
very 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 spiritual, very deep movie. Disney Soul.
So Disney Soul. Actually, I have the Disney app, so I scrolled past it. I just didn't watch it, but really good. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Because I just been seeing all different type of stuff, like the Yu Yu Hakusho. That was one I was watching recently, like a little anime, like martial arts thing. One same old thing. People with spirit powers being taken up to heaven to talk with God and be given like abilities to fight the demons that are on Earth, and you got to pick them off before. Oh man, you have to watch the TV show for yourself. But basically, it's like you're going around. You might attack a school teacher who's really a demon in disguise, and people don't realize it. And that like the demon.
Which one is this? What show?
It's called Yu Yu. It's called Yu Yu Hakusho. It's like an anime. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Like the demons they'll do things, take people's souls, and they'll take little kids' souls. Yeah, it's some crazy stuff. Like, but it's a pretty good TV show. I didn't even really realize it until I had my eyes open and God started putting this stuff in front of me. Once I just cried out and said, "Man, what's going on? Like, why am I homeless?" that's when my eyes were just really open, and these TV shows became more than just martial arts. Like it was, I seen the spiritual side of everything that I was starting to watch on TV. So,
And then you're like, it really is the Illuminati. Otherwise, all this spiritual stuff wouldn't be in all these shows. It's the same spiritual knowledge. They really have been in control, and the whole world's been blind. And the Most High is waking his people up. Like, it is what it is.
yeah, it's a shock. Like, it's amazing how it happened for me. Like, the funny thing is, when I found out about the Illuminati, people kept trying to tell me about it, but I kept telling them, like, man, that sounds crazy. And I was a conspiracy guy, but I didn't believe it. But man, I was watching this video of this bad guy in the history books. I'm not gonna say who, but according to our history books, he's a bad guy. And this bad guy was talking about another group of bad guys who have loyalty to nobody. He called them international hyenas, international troublemakers, and they kept showing me pictures of the Rothschilds and George Soroses, and he said that they're international troublemakers. Like, I don't say who the bad guy is because I don't want to be, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. But this video tripped me out. I couldn't eat food for a couple of days.
Got it.
But Sam, my phone's about to die. I'm at 1%. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get back with you another day though. It was good. It was a good chopping it up with you.
All right, good coming on. Talk to you soon.
I'm gonna see you around.
All right. We'll catch up on these comments. Let's see. Not one iota. I left the job and told the boss off 2 weeks later, and the supervisor got busted stealing product. If I were there, I have a feeling they would have put it on me. Let's see. Brian says, I have PTSD. Do you think gang stalking could have caused it? I stopped ignoring surveillance, but I got PTSD diagnosis. And now I need to do ketamine therapy to help myself. Look, here's one thing about the Holy Spirit. You will diagnose yourself. If you let somebody call you crazy, then if you believe this is a demonic spiritual world, Satan will just call you crazy until you figure out you're not. That's what he tried to do with me. So, if you're caught up in PTSD and you believe God and Satan is real, you're caught in a matrix trap. And they'll keep you in that trap until you use your mind to get out of it. Let's see. Brian, gay men reproduce by molestation. Almost every gay dude I know was molested. They all claim to have enjoyed it though. Oh man. Let's see. Not one iota says seeing the older generation do that is very strange. What changed in them? Ryan says the spirit of rebellion is increasing. I believe Trump's second term in 2024 will be the beginning of the reign of the Antichrist. I hope so. I really think you're right about that Trump 2024 thing too. I've been told a few things. So, I mean, it really sucks. I got to wait another year to find out, but oh man, this world can't end fast enough for me. Those what did he say? Those porn sites are full of trash. Like, why wouldn't they? Like, you don't even have to have a membership or nothing. So, like, the internet police can police my videos and shut my videos down and delete my comments I post on YouTube, but you can't require these porn companies to at least have people have to log in, and you verify people, like they got to send their ID in, just like you got to snap it on your phone, on your bank app to do certain things. Like, you don't even have to verify the people are 18 years old to watch porn. So like basically any 5-year-old with a cell phone can just go to porn. Like, but I mean, I know the purpose of it is to corrupt the youth mind. I get it. they can quickly degrade a young. Yeah, man. Like this world is over. Like the younger generation is done. Like gay people are a minority, so there's obviously an agenda when every show you watch is full of them. Exactly. Exactly. Brian, there's actual porn on YouTube, like full gen. I know, Brian. How does that get past the filter? Because they want to stop people from like me that is just talking and telling people the truth, but they allow stuff like that. So that's how you know it's an agenda. You know what I mean? That's how you know it's an agenda. When people are mock waving, do they know they're doing it? Some do, some don't. If they're a fully anointed witch that has sold their soul and are conscious of their spiritual powers, they'll know. But like most people aren't at that level of initiation. So if I was putting it in Freemason terms, a 32nd degree Freemason knows, has access, and knows and has power in the spiritual realm. The Freemasons below that just think they're in a fraternity that does good. They don't really know the truth that Freemasonry is the Satanism. They don't know until they get to a certain level to where Satan lets them see beyond the veil. Let's see. Lisa, don't respond and pretend they don't exist. Thanks, no problem. Let's see. Stay focused on what you're doing. You don't owe anyone a conversation or anything. Exactly. These people are like non-player characters. Exactly. I'm also tired of living like this. Take a number. I'm out and about more now, getting fit and conditioning myself to not care about what happens with NPCs while I conduct my affairs. Exactly. If you care what happens to the people that don't, you can't care more than a person cares. You can't care more about a person than they care what's happening in the world. If they don't care, they don't care. Tell them the truth once or twice. Other than that, like what can you do? It's like a person smoking crack or shooting heroin. Hey man, heroin's bad for you. You should stop. Hey, I really care about you. Heroin's bad for you. You should stop. Sooner or later, you're gonna realize they're gonna stop when they get ready. The test can turn a positive to fruit and vegetables. Ken, the Most High needs you here. Like the most, look, I mean, Lisa, the Most High really don't need me. I need him. Like, I'm just a dude that delivers messages. Something happened to me, he'll just have another dude deliver his messages. His will get done. I know, I understand what you're saying, but like, if something happens to me, he'll just deliver the messages through somebody else. I get what you're saying now. Supposedly, the CDC has information on their site talking about a zombie apocalypse. Good. Hope it happens tomorrow. Literally, most people are NPCs. I suspect there are very few human beings on this universe. I'm less than 1%, 0.01%. Agent Smiths, exactly. Matrix programs, exactly. Invasion of the Body Snacker seems like a documentary. Remember that part? Invasion, when they see a real human? Remember how they were like, she's like, don't show your emotions. If you don't show your emotions, they can't tell. You ever see how the demon-possessed people have no emotions? There's never any true laughter or true sadness. If they display laughter or sadness, it's an act, and you know it's fake. That fake cry, that movie star cry. Let's see. They all laugh, talk, move, and act the same. Exactly, they're NPCs. Doctor Sleep on Netflix is a. Let me take a picture of that. No, because I need something to watch. I started watching. I started watching The Lincoln Lawyer the other night. It's pretty good, but like it ain't moving. It seems predictable, but I was just looking for something to watch. I'll check out this Doctor Sleep. I just took a picture of it so I wouldn't forget. All right. I wonder if AI control everything. Yeah, artificial intelligence is Satan. Um, you got me wondering if some of the nice people I met wrestling are actually mocking me. Look, if somebody's nice and and that conversation don't turn into a most high God conversation that you can actually discern isn't a fake most high God conversation, these people are demon possessed. Trust no one but God, exactly. Like they know who we are, exactly. I'm trying to post a video with the compelling argument for Trump being the biblical antichrist, but YouTube is censoring. How can I post it? Edit it. Talk in code. You got to talk in code. You got to describe him. The president that reminds you of the character Biff from Back to the Future 2. The character that reminds you of the movie Biff from Back to the Future 2. Everybody will know who you're talking about. Brian Oblivion says 88 HH Uncle Adolf. Okay, yeah. You know Trump in Gematria spells 88 too, Brian. Trump in Gematria is 88. So Lisa said, I think you're right, Ken, with the 0.101%. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm trying to post a link to YouTube. Oh, they won't let you post links. That's a way of keeping people separated. So that's why I always say in my videos, if you want to contact me, my email addresses, they don't want us communicating outside of their control. So everything's got to be controlled. So you can't post links, or they don't want people accessing each other outside of YouTube. It's part of the control matrix. It's part of the control. All right, there's the link if anybody else wants to come on. We've been on here 144 minutes. Oh man. I've been getting tired at the gym, man. It's like the gym wears me out. I hit it hard today too, guys. I hit legs. Like I told you, I've been doing a 2 on, 1 day off, upper lower split. 1 day upper body, next day lower body, and then the day off. So I went. What's today? Tuesday. I went yesterday upper body, today lower body, and then tomorrow day off. My legs. I hit it hard today. I mean, they're not sore. I'm just like physically tired. Like, man. The good thing is my appetite is picking up. I've been hungry. I've been like eating a big lunch right after the gym. I saw in the Bible yesterday, Joshua 8, AI destroyed. Post the scripture here, Lisa, if you can. Let's see. Oh man. Do full compound movements and grow. Exactly. But Cody, I've had 3 spine surgeries, two laminectomies on my lower back, and my neck is screwed together. So with compound movements that involve the back and the spine, I'm very careful. Like today Today I did like leg presses, and I'm doing like decent weight for a person that's had 3 spine injuries. So I'm doing 3 plates on each side. So what is that? 270, 270 pounds on like the leg press machine. Um, I did leg presses, and then I did leg extensions, and then I did Romanian deadlifts, and then I did pull throughs, pull throughs for the glutes. What else did I do? I did calves, and then I did sit-ups. I mean, not sit-ups, but cable crunches. And and then I did some leg curls for the hamstrings. So it's coming along. I can tell a lot of inflammation is going down in my body though. Like I'm like some days I do squats on the Smith machine, but real lightweight, and my back is a little stiff, but I'm easing myself into it. It's only been 7 weeks I've been in the gym, and like I gotta take it easy because like I don't want to get injured. So I'm actually playing it. I'm finessing my back and playing it really safe with lightweight, focusing on perfect form rather than trying to lift heavy. But feeling good, man. I was in bad shape, like bad strength shape. Like I feel like my endocrine system is just now coming back online. Like I'm starting to have the last few last 3 mornings I've had lets me know my penile gland I'm starting to get hungry. Um, I don't know if this is too much information, but signs of high testosterone is the morning wood, morning erections for men. It's a normal thing, but it really means your testosterone is high. That's starting after almost 3 months of eating healthy and almost 2 months of working out. So I know my endocrine system is like firing up because I'm dreaming and I'm remembering dreams and I'm starting to get hungry and bodily functions are becoming regular. So seems like my body's coming back online now. Let me catch up on these chats. Carbs and sugar inflammation. Meat doesn't cause any while plant matter does to. You know what? Like, man, have you seen the size of a chicken lately? Not one iota. The size of these chickens are the size of turkeys. Chickens weren't this big 20 years ago. I get what you're saying though. I haven't had a soda in almost 3 months. I'm not eating processed food. I eat bread occasionally, but that just started in the past like 2 weeks. I'll have bread like maybe twice a week, like a little sandwich or something, avocado, tomato, and olive sandwich they got here. It's like a Peru thing. It's pretty good. Uh, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, and being on the road, I got to take better care of myself. But I have been. Like, I started eating healthy 3 months ago. I rode the bicycle while I was in Brazil, just up and down the beach. And then, almost 7 weeks ago, I started on the weights. So it's coming along. I'm starting to, but I'm almost 50, and I'm telling you guys, anybody who's 40, get in shape and do it now. You ain't got to be like muscle bound, but like do a full body workout 3 days a week or do something, but like take care of your health, especially with what's coming on in this world. Joshua 8, the Lord instructed Joshua to take the whole army with him and attack Ai, delivering the king. AI, his people in the city, and the land in his hands. Joshua chose 30,000 mighty men of valor and sent them out by night. He commanded them to lie in an ambush against the city behind it, not going very far from the city, but all of them remained ready. Then Joshua sent them out and set ambush behind the city. He commanded them to do an AI and its king as they did Jericho and its king, except that they may carry off their plunder and livestock for themselves. Joshua sent them out and set the city on fire. Good, burn this world down. We need more of that. Thanks, Brian. It wouldn't let me paste it. Crush banana and mix ginger and honey to improve your morning wood. The potassium is good for you. Yeah, I bought some supplements I read online, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D. But yeah, it like I read a lot, and from the sounds of it, it sounds like my endocrine system was dormant from too many. What do you call those? The endocrine system blockers, like processed food, chemicals in food. Um, but I notice now, like I'm starting to remember my dreams. I'm getting tired at night, and I go to sleep, and then when the sun comes up, I'm waking up in the morning. I'm not groggy. I'm remembering my dreams, like the morning wood. Bowel movements are getting like regular. So my body seems to be functioning. So obviously the testosterone is kicking in my body. So it didn't seem like nothing was happening for the first month, over a month. So it was like my endocrine system was dormant, and it's just now coming back to life. And I'm sure it's not running at full speed, but I'll keep working out. It'll speed up. Like this ain't my first rodeo. It just seems harder this time. Brian says, Lisa, can you help me? Let me know. Let me know if you can see any of my comments about the Trump podcast. Yeah, they pump chickens full of hormones, plants, natural defense from insects or toxins, where the meat doesn't have any. And like the chickens, I really noticed not one iota. My first job when I was 15 years old, so 33 years ago, my first job was at KFC. So I remember the little bitty box we would put a 9-piece chicken, which was a whole chicken, into a little KFC box. So I know how big. I have a lot of experience with knowing how big a whole chicken was and what kind of box it would fit in the 9-piece family meal at KFC. Now you would only get about 3 pieces of chicken in that box. Like these chickens, they've done something. These fallen angels. You know, it's the same thing about how food used to rot, how bread, if you left bread on the counter too long, it would turn green, gray, and red fungus. Or like I remember even food in the refrigerator as a kid, like tomatoes that stayed in the fridge too long, they would have white and green fungus growing on them. That doesn't even happen to food anymore. So that's how you know the food isn't the same. It isn't the same as it used to be. Like either something happened, either there's no more bacteria on Earth, or something is in the food that the bacteria doesn't grow on it like it used to. Something happened. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me see. The search terms with spaces between the letters circumvent censorship. Now that you posted that, Brian, YouTube's gonna write a script that checks for spaces. As animals' natural defenses are its teeth and claws, not hooves instead of and hooves. I don't see it, Brian. You can't see the one where I posted search terms with spaces and words, Lisa. Okay. I don't know, Brian. You think Jesus was a hybrid? I mean, yeah, he was half angel. Well, look, if I tell, look, yes, like that's something people don't want to talk about, like how the Illuminati seed got here, how the tares got here, the angels had sex with women. Angels have sex with women. Like there's a bunch of hybrids. Have demigod in the flesh. Like that's how they got here. Like the Bible says that's how the bad side got there. You think Satan made that stuff up by himself? Oh, the angels are gonna have sex with women. You think he's the only one that ever did that? Y'all probably like Ken is nuts. All right. I mean, it's not really that important to the gospel, but yeah, man, it's crazy. I can't get this info about Trump. I can't even share it. No wonder it only has 3,000 views. Do me a favor, Brian. Email it to me. My email address is ken@kenpriceteam.com. Email it to me, Brian, and let me know when you email it to me. KEN@KenPriceTeam.com. Ken@KenPriceTeam.com. Email it to me. And then tell me when you do. To go back to my initial comment, I actually do have PTSD. I wasn't aware of it. Had all the symptoms, and the shrink agrees. It's based on my mom probably taking over walk by a demon. Yeah, I mean, I've been diagnosed. The reason why I was saying that, I wasn't like mocking your situation, Brian. I've been diagnosed with all kind of stuff myself. Today, I just realized I'm not crazy. I've just been glimpsing spiritual things my whole life and didn't know what it was. And if you describe that to a psychiatrist demon, they're gonna say something's wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I got spiritual sight. If I tell people the truth of my perception of the world, most people will say I'm crazy. I get it. I know now that they're spiritually blind and I have a gift and there's nothing wrong with me. But if I tell a doctor my real reality and what I know to be true, they're gonna think I'm crazy and wanna. I don't need to be locked up because I'm not a threat, but they're gonna be like, oh, you probably need some type of psych meds. It'll stop you from seeing the things, or you think the whole world is demons. Anybody who thinks demons, like even Christians, if you tell them you see demons, like I've told many Christians, I'm like, man, I see demons all the time. I see way more many fallen angels than I ever see of the holy angels. I've seen holy angels too, but I see way more demons than anything. They look at you like you're crazy. And these are so-called Christians. Sometimes I think the Bible speaks about two different gods, Yahweh. Brian, you need heart-mind coherence. Pray, pray, pray. Romans 12:2 with complete change of mind. Exactly. Yes, indeed. I've seen many supernatural things. Flashbacks are no jokes. It's an overactive. I'm my God. I don't know what that word means. I don't talk about my mental health workers about supernatural stuff. I sent you an email. It's worth checking out. Let me see if I got the email. Yep, I got the email, Brian. I got the email. Thanks. Melissa says PTSD is manageable, and at times I feel free from it. All praise the Most High for that. Yeah, these demons will give you PTSD. They're messing with you your whole life. It's a demon though. It's got to be cast out of you. Like trust me, I've been through all these things, people. I've been through all these depression, anxiety. I've been on a few medications before when I thought I was crazy. Like it's a demon. It needs to be cast out of you. Like because today I'm fine. Like I've had all kind of sicknesses. I don't take any medicine to these days. The only thing I'm taking right now is some vitamins, and I just started that a couple months ago. Walking exercise is good for PTSD too. And stop eating processed food and sugar. Like eat whole foods and try to cook with a high grade avocado or olive oil. Like they're slowing down people's. Like the Most High showed me recently. Like they're putting people's endocrine system to sleep. That's why you got a lot of men with low testosterone today. Like the chemicals in the food are slowing people's brain down. It's putting them to sleep. Brian, PTSD and stress can seem similar. If you get your energy and fitness up, it can help. Amen. Brian, it's similar, but the PTSD and amygdala, which is part of the brain, is overactive. It makes you feel like you are still in danger. I can't process my trauma. Like, look, Brian, I've been through this stuff. The Most High God can cast these demons out of you. It's a demon. Like, trust me, I've had it happen to me. So, pray to get this stuff removed, but then also do some physical stuff that you can do, like eating healthy, not eating any processed food, don't drink no alcohol. Like, but pray and pray, like pray until it changes. Like, get momentum of praying. Like, pray the way a fat person needs to go to the gym. They need to go 5 days a week for an hour and a half until something happens. Like, they need to go do that for like 2 years straight. So approach praying like that. Like, pray until it changes. Like don't like I'm gonna pray once and God then do. Just keep praying until it changes. With MDMA or ketamine, it mutes the. I mean, that's gonna keep you going, man. Like, Brian, I've been there. Is to keep you on the satanic matrix of letting demons in and keeping the door open. Like, drugs only pacify it for a while, and then sooner or later, Satan pulls the rug from under you, and the drugs don't work no more. But anyway, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out when you're ready. Trauma relationships keep coming back. 100%. All right. Let's see. There's the link if anybody wants to come on. We've been on this live 2 hours. If anybody doesn't want to come on, I'm probably going to shut it down because this chair I'm sitting in isn't the most comfortable chair. But the view is nice. If you guys can see the view, I don't know if you can see the view out of my apartment. I can see the freeway right there. So I've been sitting here looking out the window, talking to you guys. Cut soul ties, stay in the pain until it passes. Exactly. Exactly, Lisa. People lack of understanding will exacerbate your issues. Shutting those doors and keeping them closed tight. Yep. I'm not taking any drugs. It doesn't matter if they're recreational. Like doctor, these witches that prescribe drugs, it's still the same stuff. It's still, you might as well be taking recreational drugs. Trust me, I've been through it. I'm not just speaking on something I read, Brian. I'm speaking from personal experience. I've been through all. It's all part of the satanic trap to keep you trapped. When combined with psychotherapy, the drugs make therapy more effective, and I will heal the process. I have the ability to think. Okay, I mean, all right. I was stuck in that phase for probably 5 years. But let me see. Well, you'll figure you'll figure it out, or you'll fix it. You'll figure it out. Praying, 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 more praying. Ryan Bliss. Okay. Here's the link. Does anybody want to come on? We got 15 people in the room. Anybody want to come on, or is it only going to be Reynaldo that came on? Okay, your brain wants to find balance in its dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline. Most of these drugs artificially regulate. Exactly. And things that affect all those things you described are under the endocrine system. That's why I mentioned no processed food, no impurities, no soda, no chemicals in your food. And it will take months for the endocrine system to start functioning properly, for the serotonin, dopamine, adrenaline, for all this to start functioning properly, has to have no like drugs and chemicals affecting it, and it will have to level itself out. It could take like 6 months. It'll be faster if you work out in the gym. I know from experience. I'm not just speaking. I know from experience. So like, that's what I mean. Like, it's not a quick fix. Like God can make it quick. He'll help you along the way, but that's all I'm gonna say. So Ken, do you believe that pharmacia are all alchemy and what it look? Yes. Like all this stuff is like satanic. I know it sounds crazy, but if you eat the natural food, people don't get sick like that. You wouldn't need to be at the doctor all the time. Like the doctor should be for like physical things. Like I broke my leg, there I need a cast. I got a big cut and I need stitches, or like a tooth needs to be filled or braces. All this ongoing medicines, like, oh, I'm going to be on this medicine the rest of my life. That stuff is a result of other satanic activity that caused it, like GMO food, stuff like that. Yes, it's a part of a matrix that keeps people sick. So there's a food matrix. Like you got a pyramid, a satanic pyramid. Satan's at the top, but you have financial matrix, food matrix, medical matrix, entertainment matrix, news matrix, political matrix. You have all these different matrices under the same matrix. Food matrix. Look, this world is so corrupted. If you only eat whole foods, people will call that dieting if you only eat whole foods. like real food, like not even canned stuff, not even canned foods, like real food. Like the cool thing about food down here in these countries, not everything is GMO. Like I can leave. Check this out. It's funny, man. Like they don't put eggs in the refrigerator in South America. Like my eggs, I wish I could show you this. I could, but I'm not going to walk over there. My eggs are not in the refrigerator. I asked the lady, I'm like, how long can I leave my eggs on the counter? She's like, 2 weeks. Like my eggs are not in the refrigerator. Like my tomatoes stay on the counter for like 10 days and they don't rot. They're just as good as the day I picked them up. So it's like if you eat real food over time, it will help your endocrine system adjust your serotonin will level out, and it regulates all kind of stuff, your circadian rhythm, your hormone levels, like everything will slowly return. You'll feel a lot better, trust me. Thanks for being here, guys and girls. I need to go to the gym. Boom, Melissa. Nah, man, screw decades of therapy. I'm going to be a psychonaut. I think it helps. I definitely agree that civilization causes disease, which necessitates the medical industry. Exactly. You got to remember, Brian, it wasn't too long ago that there wasn't like hospitals, like people had babies at home. Like people took care of themselves because they were more healthy. They ate healthy food, therefore stuff didn't happen to them. They had babies at home. Now people, you know, I would assume that a mother 150 years ago probably knew how to give her son stitches, or there was somebody on the street or in the neighborhood that wasn't a doctor that could give people stitches or pull a tooth. It's like people they've lost their way. Man, I hear some noise. It sounds like it's in here, but I don't think it is. Growing your own food is the best. Or in India. We used to get our dopamine hit from simple things like being of service to others. These days we're not want to exactly. That's what's happened to people. That's what God showed me. That's why people on the street are walking around like zombies with no pleasure and no emotions, because their dopamine gland is burned out. It's burned out from the matrix overstimulating them. Therefore, they can't find enjoyment because there's no dopamine to be released. It's like when something becomes overstimulated, it doesn't respond to smaller stimuli. That's exactly it. You need to reset your baseline. That's what I was trying to tell them with the food and the exercise, and only eat natural and only drink water for an extended period of time, and you will reset. You need to reset and recalibrate your system. And then you'll start dreaming like a little baby. Or a tasty meal. Exactly. But ketamine and MDMA is assertive cure. Okay, Brian, take the drugs then. I'm not going to argue with you. We'll have a difference of opinion. You take your drugs, I'll live healthy, and we'll see what happens. I acknowledge that my family interfered with gray aliens and are demonically motivated. I'm trying to fix trauma they inflicted on me. Whatever experiment they're conducting, I contribute to bad motives to all doctors. The system is evil, but not all doctors, in my opinion. Amen. Okay. I'll post the link one more time. Anybody wants to come on. There's an old black and white video on YouTube from close to 100 years ago showing old people in their 90s and 100s having fun and their minds and their wits about it. Like, I look at people are walking like zombies. And like, I'm telling you, man, it's the food. Once I started eating healthy, it's taking months. My body is just now starting to loosen up. It's just now, the inflammation in my body is just now starting to go down. I'm just now starting to feel like I'm sinking into the bed and the pillow when I lay down. I don't feel uptight. It takes a while. These chemicals are messing people up, and it's in everywhere. Like, you know, back in the day, you had like tea, coffee, natural juice, or water. You ain't had sodas with a bunch of chemicals in it. Amish people don't have any of the problems modern citizens. Okay, well, there you go. Like, you're confirming what I'm saying. Brian, just keep praying to God and he will heal you in his time. A lot of times the healing that the Most High God does comes through knowledge. He may just tell you this is bad, change your life. And by him giving you that wisdom is a form of you healing you, because now you have information of what was causing the illness. That's a form of healing. The Most High can reveal to you why you're sick. That is a form of healing. The Most High God has done that to me, where doctors couldn't tell me what was wrong with me, but the Most High God told me, change this. It's this making you sick. So that is a form, that can be a form of God healing you. He can just tell you, this is what's making you sick. Stop doing that. So God may gift you with wisdom, but you have to use the wisdom that he tells you to make changes to heal yourself. I know that's true, but it's like, what good is telling the prisoner he's in prison? It's a system. We have to. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, nobody else wanted to come on, so I'm going to get out of here because these chairs are kind of hard and my butt's starting to hurt. So I appreciate everybody coming on the live chat. It says there's 14 people in the room. There's about five of the 14 interacting in the chat. So appreciate that, people. If you haven't seen the last 3 messages I've posted, go check out one of them messages now. Leave a comment. There's some really strong messages the Most High has given me recently. So check out those messages and leave a comment. I love reading your comments. But Brian says, good night, Ken. Good night, Brian. Thanks, Ken, for the chat. Take it easy. Thanks, not one iota. All the best. Same back at you. But that's all I got for this one, people. Stay equipped in the full armor of God, covered in the blood, filled with the Spirit, in the name of the Son, and the power of the true living God. There's been another Kingdom Talk live chat. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. Thank you, Lisa. Have a good night also. Thank you, Melissa. Good night. Until next time, family. Peace.